Have you ever seen such a lovely sight? Welcome, welcome to this marriage celebration of Daniel Yu and Joy Lee. We're their family, we're their friends, and we are here to celebrate, to witness their wedding, to honor them. Some of you have come from really far away. Some of you live a lot closer than that. But we are so glad you're here, and Joy and Daniel want to extend a special welcome to you and appreciation that you are gathered here to bless them and to honor them and to cheer them on. And that's what we're going to do today.
So for those of you who know Joy well, you know that she is loving, she is selfless, and you know that she's brilliant and beautiful. So growing up as the oldest of three, she practically was our second mom. Naturally, she was in charge of watching out for us when we were babies through our awkward years to now. She's always been independent, responsible, driven, and basically anything you could ask for in a perfect first child. When Joy was in college, I'd count down the days until she would come home to visit. She would listen to our high school drama and impart her sisterly wisdom and advice. And to me, one of her strongest attributes is that she listens in a way that makes you feel heard. And she listens because she genuinely cares.
Now, let's talk about when you met and fell in love with Daniel from the sister's perspective. I remember when I came home in the spring of 2020 due to the pandemic, and you told us about this new guy from church on your radar who had pretty good attendance at prayer meetings. And thus, we gave Daniel his first nickname, Faithful. Then the first date rolled around after Joy went back to Boston, and we were the ones who gave fashion advice on her outfits, and we FaceTimed her afterwards with a follow-up call, just debriefing the date, hearing all the details. Daniel is inquisitive, kind, driven, and patient. You and Joy both challenge, balance, and love each other so well. We are so grateful for you, Daniel, and the Yu and Chang families who we've gotten to know more over this past year. Here's to the families as we continue to grow in our love and relationship with one another.
Amazing. Beautiful. Yeah.
Your relationship is truly a blessing to all the people around you and an incredible example for us to look up to. We adore and love you both. God bless you and congratulations.
So happy and elated for you today, and it's such a pleasure for me and Uncle Raymond to come over here from Phoenix. We actually flew in from Phoenix so we could have non-stop flight to Boston. Daniel, your dad will be so proud of you. And when I looked at that rainbow today, oh, I can see your dad doing he's smiling at you. He's happy for you. You are a blessing to your mom and to your dad. So have fun, and I'm sure that we will be seeing each other in our future family reunions. So happy and elated for you. Congrats, your Auntie Mary again. Bye.
Daniel is the kind of person that honors and loves others. And most of all, he has set his affection on this lovely lady right here. Joy is the kind of person, when she's on a plane ride back to New Jersey, she meets someone and that person ends up at their Thanksgiving dinner. This couple is easy to love. I mean, what is there not to love about this couple? They're magnificent. So today we mark a marriage, we inaugurate it in a celebration of this covenanted life together. This is an incredible privilege to be standing before the two of you. When I see the two of you today, I look far into the future. What I want to see is an elderly couple holding hands, embracing whatever life brings your way.
Dear Joy, it's crazy to me to think back and see the way that God has blessed us in each other. Just last week, you read to me a list of characteristics that you wrote down in early 2020 before we met, as you were reflecting on what you wanted in a partner. After you read it, you started jumping up and down with joy, as you felt that you had found what you were looking for in me. It warmed my heart. But I couldn't help but feel I've gotten even luckier with you. I've already shared a list of reasons of why I love you, and I mean them more and more as we go deeper in our relationship. You have a naturally soft heart. I couldn't be more thrilled with who you are or who you're becoming. I have no doubt that our life together will be amazing, full of purpose and wonder and peace and fun and takeout Indian food, maybe more than I know, and Saturday morning Darwins after workouts, and fast walks to church because we're late, and slow walks after lying down after eating. I'm so excited to enter into all of it with you because we get to build something bigger than ourselves together. You and our family is a place that I want to invest and grow and strive with. Thank you for becoming my wife. I love you.
Dear Daniel, when I think about how God has woven our two distinct stories into one, I am so amazed by His graciousness, goodness, and perfect wisdom. There's so many ways that our stories could have unfolded, but I thank God every day that this is the path He's given us to walk together. Being with you these past 21 months, I've learned more and more to see the world through your eyes. And what a beautiful world that you see. One filled with good gifts and simple joys, with possibility and wonder, with endless ideas to explore and countless books to read. You amaze me with your boundless curiosity and your ability to live out and appreciate all of what it is to simply be human, a beloved child of an infinitely loving God, pursuing the most true, most beautiful, and most ordinarily extraordinary of what life has to offer. Thank you for all the ways you have made Jesus' love so tangible for me, meeting my brokenness and limitations with patience, gently offering wisdom and loving rebuke, humbly and graciously receiving the feedback that I give to you, even when it's not always offered with the same humility or grace. Thank you for loving me, knowing me, and cherishing me, for helping me to find and refine the courage to live in the present moment, for teaching me what it looks like to walk this walk of faith with integrity, intentionality, and trust in the Lord. I'm so excited to begin our lives together. I love you.
With this ring, I, Daniel, take you, Joy, to be no other than yourself.
With this ring, I, Joy, take you, Daniel, to be no other than yourself.
So by the authority invested in me as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, I pronounce you a husband and wife.
This is where you'll always wanna be. Leave your take on it. There's a place that we go where you look at the light and the splinters. Where there's plenty of gas to last us through the cold, cold winter. And I'm like, take whatever's left of my heart.
So I'd like to focus for a second on Daniel's curiosity. And it's something that's been mentioned tonight already, and it's something that was mentioned yesterday as well. And it's a unique and powerful attribute of his. He's better than anyone I know at making a person feel valued by his curiosity in them. He wants to understand your motivations. He wants to understand what makes you tick. He also wants to know how the world works, and he wants to know how he works as well. So in early 2020, the topic of this woman named Joy started popping up in our weekly conversations. Unfortunately for Daniel, I write down every prayer request of his in a note on my phone. So as I was preparing this speech, I went back and perused through some of those prayer requests from that time frame. Does anyone want to hear any of them? I thought so. So the first one is from March 24th, 2020, and it just says potential romantic interest. And the best one is on August 11th, where it says continued wisdom and game with respect to getting to know Joy. In parentheses, it said texting game. May 4th, it said pray that I learn what it looks like to love her well. On May 25th, pray for my discussion with Joy as we talk about marriage. And finally, on September 28th, proposal this Saturday. Joy, Daniel has pursued you with intentionality and with prayer. He takes you seriously. He often prays for a deeper understanding of how to serve you and how to love you well. And he will bring his intentionality and his faithfulness into your marriage, and it will be a major foundation in your relationship. You found a really good man. Joy, you and I haven't had the pleasure of spending a ton of time together, but from everything that Daniel has told me and everything I've seen of you, you guys are a phenomenal match. And you are strong, you are beautiful, and I can't wait to see how you guys grow together.
I'm very, very grateful to be with you all today, celebrating this relationship. But what I realize is that all of us, when we look at this relationship, we all know one of these people is like a 10 out of 10, right? And the other one is like a 3.5, maybe a 4 in good light, right? Are we not on the same page here? Do we not all agree about this? Why did God put these two people together, where one is like a perfect 10 out of 10 and the other one is like fine, right? And of course, the relationship that I'm talking about, the relationship that we're all here to celebrate, is my friendship with Daniel Yu. Because from the beginning, at the basis of our friendship has been my knowledge that Daniel is just such a better man and friend than I am. Oh, thank you. Yes, yeah. You are one of the best things that ever happened to my life. You've been more than a friend to me. You've been a brother. I've known you the entirety of my adult life, which also means that I've known you basically the entire time that I have been serious about following Jesus and becoming a better person. And I think, which I needed, amen, yes, thank you, Joy. And I think from the beginning, seeing someone else who attacked the task of loving God and loving other people and getting better at that every day with your whole energy and your whole body and your whole life, seeing someone do that made me realize that that was a life you could live. Seeing someone approach their life with that amount of intentionality and faithfulness inspired me and made me realize that's something that you can do. But even more than that, you continuing to do that for the last 10 years has given me the courage to keep doing that. Because I've woken up every morning for the past 10 years and I have known in the back of my mind that I wasn't alone. That there was someone else who wanted to become a better man. Now, if your loves will lend an ear to mine, I toast you both, God's dear own son and daughter. May you not lack for water, and may your water smack of Cana's wine. God bless you both.
come from sunny California, Maryland for the beautiful wedding of Daniel Yu and Joy Lee, the Yu-Lee-Weds. I have gained an amazing additional sister, a new sister-in-law for my brother-in-law, and I'm so happy.
I'm really excited that Marie, my lovely wife, now has a sister-in-law in addition to her actual sister, so that they do not feel as outnumbered by the three you boys, because we are a lot. Congratulations.
Congratulations. In 10 years, Daniel, we expect you will have written 10 books.
And Joy will have had 10 kids.
Oh my God.
So we are David and Amanda from Washington, D.C., and Amanda has some marriage advice for Joy and Daniel.
We know Daniel from our church in Washington, D.C., and something our pastors there like to say is that marriage is about holiness and not about happiness. And that's something that we have learned through our 5 years of marriage. And just to encourage you both that there will certainly be happy moments, but it's also a refining process, and we're excited to see where your refining and holiness goes to over the next few years and hopefully a lifetime.
And I was told that I should be telling a funny story during this little segment, but I'm going to be saving that for the best man speech, so you guys can look forward to that a little bit later. All right, we love you guys. Bye.
Hi, Daniel and Joy. It is
C.
Jay here, and we're just so excited to be here with you on your big day. I know that I met you like 24 years ago, and I can't say that it's been the greatest lifetime of all, but I think after this wedding, it definitely will be.
I have recently gotten the pleasure to know you two, but it has been an absolute blessing to be in your presence. I appreciate you guys' thoughtfulness and your helpfulness, and you guys have absolutely been a blessing, and I believe to everybody who can say that, right?
And us in our relationship. Thank you, Daniel, for letting me sleep in your apartment.
Thank you, Joy,
so
for
many
letting me
nights.
sleep in your apartment.
Hi, Daniel and Joy. This is Rachel. I was Daniel and Michael and Jonathan's former nanny, so I have a special hand in raising all the boys. I just wanted to add that Daniel was the best child. I'm just kidding, boys. I've come from Baltimore, Maryland, and one story that kind of resonates me with Daniel is that, Daniel, you always loved your dinosaur, which you called Diney, or Dino, and you took that dinosaur everywhere. You slept with your dinosaur, and one time you decided to put your dinosaur on the light in the family room because you thought he was cold, and he melted. Luckily, your mom was able to do surgery on him and repair him, and then we had Dinosaur again. I loved being part of your day today, and Daniel, you have found a special girl in Joy. I couldn't have handpicked anybody better myself for you. I definitely like to have a hand in your growing up, and I'm so proud of you and proud of you both, and I just wish you all the best. And I guess my best advice, and Daniel, you're such a sweetheart, and Joy, you're such a sweetheart, but just always remember that your love brought you together, and it'll get you through. So we wish you the best, and I love you.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and this is Annie.
I'm Annie.
And we're the Maid of Honors. We're also Joy's sisters from New Jersey, and I'm just so happy to be here. Joy makes such a beautiful bride, and the ceremony was beautiful. I think the rain came at the perfect time. I think it was kind of magical almost. So Joy, all those hours you spent checking the weather, well, I guess it paid off. And then I guess the question I'll answer is, where do I think Joy and Daniel will be in about 10, 20 years? I think they will be happily married, growing old together, although not that old, because that'll be when they're like 30 or 40 or 50. And I think they'll be serving the church, serving their people, nurturing the relationships. So I love you guys both so much.
Hi, Joy and Daniel. Congrats on your wedding. This is such a beautiful time and ceremony, so we're so excited to continue celebrating you tonight and just for the rest of your lives. I don't want to copy your answer, but I'm going to answer the same question anyway. But Joy and Daniel, in 10 to 20 years, I think I envision y'all with a big family and lots of kids, and we'll be the cool aunts who will take them out and hang out with them all the time and not be strict, unlike you guys probably. And I also see you guys just being super involved in your church, continuing to invite people over, feeding them with good meals and feeding their souls with good conversation and wisdom, as you have done for both of us. So yeah, we're so excited for you guys and we love you. Congratulations.